Obviously, Deus Ex is a action RPG, and the four main pillars that made Human Revolution so great are back. So we have combat, action, right? Stealth, hacking, and social, and all that kind of like mixes together to do all that great kind of choices and consequences gameplay that we have in the game. So the events of kind of take place 2 years after the ones of Human Revolution. So it's after the Pencha incident, where like millions and millions of people died, you know, after all the augmented people went crazy for the reasons that you know. The world kind of did a 180 in the sense that in Human Revolution, the golden age of transhumanism, the golden age of human augmentations and their acceptation at the same time. This time around, it's the opposite. They're the outcasts. They're seen as the bad people. This idea of transhumanism is almost seen as a threat. It's what we call the mechanical apartheid. And these people are put in ghettos, they're segregated, they need papers and all that kind of stuff. So Adam is back. You know, it's almost Adam 2.0 in the sense that it's not, I never asked for this time around. It's, I totally asked for this. He took matters in his own hands, and he's taking the fight to the Illuminati. So he works for an agency called TF39. It's an anti-terrorist agency, but he thinks that they're linked to the Illuminati. So he works for them, kind of as an undercover agent. So a little before the demo, what happened in the city of Prague, there was a terrorist bombing in the train station, and the agency that he worked with thinks that the art movement, which is a pro-occupation movement, are behind the bombing. So they're sending an Adam into the Poland ghetto, it's called Poland City, to investigate and find the people that are behind the bombing. So that's where Adam is on his way for at this point. The map you're going to see is only like the portion of the map you're going to see. There's a small portion of the actual map. It's much bigger. Keep in mind that this is alpha code at this point.
Not many spots I can settle down. Go to preference. You're as close to the ground as you can. Take it from there. Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah, there we go. This is a Poland City ghetto. Just like in Human Revolution, this is all about multi-path and multi-solutions. There's tons of ways that this map can be played. In today's demo, we'll just cater to the combat and the stealth pillars. Obviously, there's tons of social stuff that can be done in this map. There's a lot of people you can talk to, you can do side quests, secondary objectives, all that kind of stuff. But again, for the sake of the demo, we'll cater to stealth and combat.
Embarrassing. Those two things are very different connotations. Which is everyone is looking themselves. Knowledge is right.
You can see here the Augmented Rights Coalition, the art movement that I was talking about. They had graffiti all over the place. One of the new things that we have is now we can customize our weapons and our ammunition on the fly. We don't have to get into the pause menu anymore. So Adam is going to disable that security camera. He's going to switch his gun to the EMP bullets, which is also a new thing in the game. We had EMP grenades before, now we actually have EMP bullets. Cloaking is back, right? Adam never goes stealthing around without his cloaking device. So as we'll climb the ladder and go in that little roof thing there, just pay attention to the surroundings. Keep in mind the multi-path, multi-solutions. There's so many different ways that this map can be done. There's like the little cantina there on the left side that, you know, it's a bit of a social thing. You can talk to people. We've done a lot of work to make the maps more vertical this time around, a lot more vertical gameplay. So there's the barracks, there's half modules, you can explore them, find loot, find people, find secondary objectives, hack computers, read emails, all that good stuff. We're going to use one of the new weapons. It's a non-lethal weapon. top of the blades inserted in his arms. This one is the Tesla gun. It's a non-lethal weapon. It's going to put those people to sleep and paralyze them. You can actually target all the way up to 4 NPCs like we did here. Another new AUG that we have is the Icarus Dash, which allows us to reach otherwise non-accessible areas of the map, either vertically going up or horizontally, like this dashing, ahead of us. The cool thing about the frontal dash is that we can actually ram into enemies and render them unconscious that way during combat, or even during stealth if their backs were facing us. Different smart visions, we're back with even more information this time around. The takedowns, of course. So again, look at all the vertical real estate, so much stuff that we can do. So many different paths we can use. People to talk to. Neutralize. Another new augmentation, the remote hacking, really cool stuff. So now Adam is remotely hacking the little device here to bring down the drawbridge. One of my favorite strategies that I love to remote hack robots and gun turrets. So you hide behind a cover, there's enemies around, and you actually remote hack the different things at your dispositions that are around you. The blades are back, of course, with a vengeance. The nanoblades, which you can shoot, they become a projectile. And because of nanoblades, they regenerate in Adam's arms. Now we're going to see the Icarus Strike. Again, taking advantage of all this great verticality that we have in the maps now. And of course, hacking. You can't have a Deus Ex without hacking. So, we took the great foundation we had in Human Revolution and totally hyped it up. So there's fog of war now, there's booby traps, and new augmentations to use into your hacking. The whole thing is more suspenseful, a little more hectic, and I love the graphic overhaul that we did. The fog of war makes a big difference. It was quite small here in this particular hacking, and the fog of war can become no idea when. A great addition to the feeling of hacking. Another smart vision here. So if there's anybody here from the city of Prague, you might recognize the little penguins here in the map. I'm not going to say what they are and where they're from, but if you're actually from the city of Prague, you might know what they are. You might learn what they are during the course of the game as well.
What gets you to a man? Oh, you can just stay in the air conditioner.
So multipath again, so there's another air event ahead of us. And if you look at all the ground floor that we have, there's so many ways to put a variety here from. Cool new way to use the nanoblades as well. Attracts our attention, boom, explodes. It's not like those people did anything bad to us, but whatever. So now we've seen the stealth part, right? This was all stealth gameplay. So now we're going to go to the combat. So stealth was really, really good in Human Revolution. Combat was good as well. Just not totally on par with stealth. So this time around, we worked really, really hard, put a lot of effort in propping up the combat, really raising the bar. That's what you're going to see here. It's a lot more visceral. It's very grim. There's a lot of stuff going on. Things exploding, things flying all over the place. We can do takedowns from the covers now without having to disengage. It all does it automatically, and Adam goes back into cover. Now you're going to see my most favorite augmentation. It's a Titan shield. has got a lot more lethal augmentation that he uses during combat as well. Dash here again, super useful. So as the battle rages, pay attention to the barks that you So pay attention to the way Adam fights now. It's not only about his physical weapons anymore, it's not just about the guns. He has all these applications, mechanical blades. You're also going to see in another demo that I'll talk about after. He's got the peps gun on and all these things, which kind of makes the whole thing a little more holistic, the way that you can fight this time around. We're going to use the Icarus Dash again here to jump to a place that we wouldn't have access otherwise. Now as we fight, pay attention to the barks. The enemies are yelling, and you're going to hear female voices. So this time around, all the factions have female protagonists. It's a 50-50 thing. This is where old CRT TVs go to die. It's like a CRT TV cemetery. Adam is shooting them down, sadly. So we're going to hear the female barks. That's pretty damn cool. So here's a gun turret. So we're going to throw an EMP grenade to disable it temporarily and then switch to the proper type of ammunition. There we go. Armor piercing bullets, which are the ones that were needed. Again, multi-path and multi-solutions. There's so many ways we could have tackled this gun turret. We could have gone around it like we've seen in that little alternate path. So Adam will take the elevator and then we'll cut to the gameplay trailer, and I'll talk to you guys again after the trailer.